I tell the story today about letting go. It must have been a lesson for me today. I don't know why, but letting go was a big thing. And so here's my story of letting go. My girlfriend had left 3 days prior to today for Colorado. And this is the first time that we've been separated for almost a year and a half, I think, maybe even 2 years. And we basically, said, okay, have fun, goodbye. But I, in my trauma and abandonment, have often felt really, really bad about when my partner left, and I felt very abandoned. This time, I felt a little bad. I took her to the airport, and I felt a little bad, but I left there and said, I'm going to go do something for myself, and I did. And I basically did some self-care, working on me, and I decided that I was going to be in the fellowship of some good people, and I decided to go to an AA meeting. I go to an AA meeting. That's about all I'm going to tell about that story. But I did get a paper about letting go. Okay, so this morning, when my girlfriend called after I hadn't talked to her in 2 days, I didn't ask her, what are you doing? Where are you going? What are you doing? What is wrong with you? Why aren't you here? Like my abandoned child wanted to scream. Instead, I said, hey, honey, how you doing? I hope you're having a great time, and I'll see you tomorrow at 2 a.m. It is now 11:20 p.m., Saturday night. My girl's going to get in at 2 a.m. Sunday morning. And I had to let go of that pain of what I was put through when I was younger. I'm trying not to be the victim here, but basically when you're a kid, I think you are the victim. You're definitely a victim. And anyway, I let go of that this morning. Then I go to the AA meeting, 7 o'clock. It's 11:21 now, so that was 4 hours ago. And here's what it says, letting go. How much do we need to let go of? A friend asked one day. I'm not certain, I replied, but maybe everything. Letting go is a spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical process. A sometimes mysterious metaphysical process of releasing to God and the universe that which we are clinging so tightly. We let go of our grasp on people, outcomes, ideas, feelings, wants, needs, desires, everything. We let go of trying to control our progress in recovery. Yet it's important to acknowledge and accept what we want and what we want to have happen. But it's equally important to follow through by letting go. Letting go is an action part of faith. Like I have faith that God's going to help me, so I have to let go of what I need help with. And He's going to provide. I know He is. Parking spaces. I don't look for a parking space anymore. There's always one there for me. It is a behavior that gives God and the universe permission to send us what we're meant to have. Just like I said about the parking spot, and that's what happened, is I didn't know that that's what it's going to say, but that's what it did. It goes on to say, letting go means that we acknowledge that hanging on so tightly isn't helping to solve the problem, change the person, or get the outcome we're desiring. It isn't helping us. In fact, we need to learn that hanging on often blocks us from getting what we want and need. So who are we to say that things aren't happening exactly as they need to happen? There is a magic in letting go. Sometimes we get what we want soon after we let go. Sometimes it takes longer. Sometimes the specific outcome we desire doesn't happen. Something better does. Letting go sets us free and connects us to our source. Letting go creates an optimum environment for the best possible outcomes and solutions. And then this little excerpt at the end, my friend told me what he did. I'll read this and I'll not tell you what he did. Today I will relax. I will let go of that which is upsetting me the most. I will trust that by letting go, I have started the wheels in motion for things to work out in the best possible way. Now, my friend said he was at the beach and the waves were like coming in and out. And so what he did was he took the thing that was upsetting the most and he drew it in the sand before the waves came up. And then when the waves came up, they washed it away and he let it go. Okay, so I was talking to a friend earlier tonight about 8 o'clock, about 9 o'clock or so, 9:30. And I said, hey man, I read this thing about letting go and it was awesome. And I really took away from the meeting that this was amazing, that I needed to let go. It happened this morning. That was one. This was the second one, let go, right? Letting go. So now here it is, 11:24 p.m. Okay. Momentarily ago, I read something and I just have to find it. Hold the phone. Okay, so today it's 11:26 p.m. I had to go find it from my email. I'm looking through my email, and this is something that my mother sent me Sunday, June 1st, 9:51 a.m. Not even close to now, okay? But this is my third trifecta of letting go. She sent me something about Anthony Hopkins, which has been sober for years. I'm going to read this, and I get chills just thinking about this. All right, here we go. Anthony Hopkins says, today is the tomorrow I was so worried about yesterday. Anthony Hopkins is one of the greatest actors of our time, known for his unforgettable roles like Hannibal Lecter in The Silence of the Lambs, for which he won an Academy Award. But behind the brilliance and acclaim lies a personal journey that was once on the brink of destruction. In the early years of his career, Hopkins battled alcoholism, a struggle that nearly cost him everything. He often drank heavily, lost jobs, and alienated people close to him. He described himself as being adrift, angry, unpredictable, and constantly at war with himself. Then, in December of 1975, something changed. One night, after yet another blackout, Hopkins woke up in a haze with no memory of where he was or how he got there. He had hit rock bottom. That night, he made a life-altering decision. He was going to stop drinking, and he did. From that moment on, he never touched alcohol again. When asked how he managed to stay sober all these years, he credits a moment of clarity and the help of a stranger who told him, "Why don't you just trust in a higher power?" That simple question sparked something deep inside him. "I just stopped," he later said. "I didn't argue. I didn't complain. I just knew I was done." Sobriety gave Hopkins not just a second chance at life, but at true success. In the years that followed, his focus, talent, and discipline soared. He won numerous awards, including an Oscar, BAFTAs, and Emmys, and became known for his intense dedication to roles and for his thoughtful reflections on life, forgiveness, and healing. And here's the next part. That's the trifecta for me. It says, Hopkins often speaks about the importance of letting go of the past, of toxic people, of fear. Okay, so of course I'm just going to stop right there. It's a couple more paragraphs, but I'm going to stop right there and letting go. Here I'm reading this thing. The title is Letting Go. And then I'm reading Anthony Hopkins' thing. It says letting go. And this morning I had to let it go. So this must be my meaning for today. One of Anthony Hopkins' most shared quotes is, "Let go of people who aren't ready to love you." This is the hardest thing you'll ever do and the most courageous. He encourages others to live fully, stay present, and never give up on growth. In his words, "Today is the tomorrow I was so worried about yesterday." Now in his 80s, Hopkins is not only thriving professionally, but also personally. He paints, composes music, shares uplifting messages on social media, and inspires millions with his story of redemption focused in the quiet power of inner peace. His journey reminds us that no matter how lost we may feel, change is possible, and sometimes a single moment of honesty with ourselves can open the door to a whole new life. Wow. That's from Anthony Hopkins. Wouldn't that be cool to have Anthony Hopkins on the show here? Hey, put your comments down below. Tell me if you'd like to hear about Anthony Hopkins. And then if you do, let's get on Anthony Hopkins' site and see if he can come over to ours, and let's invite him for a little talkathon. Okay? Because this is a really important topic tonight. Letting go. I hope you guys really got something out of that. This is my very first podcast ever, and I'm just doing this demonstration to see how it goes. You know, I'm going to let it go tonight. That's the end. I'm letting it go.